Next up is Daniel, listening in Brooklyn, New York, on the web. Hi, Daniel.
Hey, Hank. It's an honor and pleasure to speak with you once again.
Nice to talk to you.
Yes. And the question I have about finding a good, healthy, well-balanced church, the acronym that you use, WOW, WOW, Worship, Oneness, and Witness, I'm finding that my church in particular, and many of the churches that I've visited, fall short. And I think the reason why is because I have such a conservative heart and mind when it comes to my Christianity, my relationship with Christ. But New York City, it being such a liberal place, there's the pitfalls that it's inherent in that. My question is, how do I reconcile having a conservative heart and mind, living in such a liberal city, and finding a good, healthy, well-balanced church? You know, because I honestly think that for me to find joy, I would have to become a pastor, and I'm a long way from that. But if the Lord so leads me down that path, so be it. But I want to, be under a good pastor. I want to have, good fellowship, and pretty much all the things that you talked about in the article.
Yeah. Well, Daniel, let me say this. Yes, we live in a very troubled culture, and that certainly includes New York. But that is not to say that God's people are not there, or that there are not healthy, well-balanced churches there. And just to clarify for the listening audience, when I use the acronym WOW, and I talk about worship, I'm saying that is the chief end of humankind. It is to worship God and enjoy Him. And we do that corporately, not just as individual believers, through prayer, through praise, and through the proclamation of the Word. We find oneness with other believers as something that is part and parcel of what it means to be living stones in the temple of God. And in oneness, we give the contribution of our time and our talent and our treasure. In oneness, we stand united around the essentials of the historic Christian faith. In oneness, we use our gifts for the edification of the body, as Paul explains in Romans chapter 12. And in witness, it is a basic of any biblical church to equip their people for works of service so that the body of Christ might be built up and strengthened, and the message of the body might go out to the far reaches of the world. And that is why we ought to be reproducing disciple makers within the context of healthy, well-balanced churches. It's not just for entertainment. It's not to have a liver quiver, as some have said. It is to not only experience God, but to be trained up as those who, through their life and through truth, can make a difference and reach a lost and searching world.